Today we're going to study the future tenses, all right? The first tense is simple future, will. Will plus a verb infinitive. Example, David will be late. This is a simple activity. Let's see the use. When we express beliefs about the future, example, it will be a nice day tomorrow. I think Brazil will win the World Cup. I'm sure you will enjoy the film. Then we have the second use, to mean want to or be willing to, ter o desejo, a vontade. Example, I hope you will come to my party. Or George says he will help us. Another use, to make offers and promises. Example, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll send you an email. Okay, they all mean offers or promises. To talk about offers and promises, again, we have Tin will be at the meeting. Mary will help with the cooking. When we know about the future, we normally use present simple. We use present simple for something scheduled, like school, airports, timetables. So, example, we have a lesson next Monday. The train arrives at 6:30 in the morning. The holidays start next week. It's my birthday tomorrow, okay? What happens is a scheduled future activity. Example, the train arrives at 6 o'clock. You know it's future, but in the present time, you know that the train arrives at 6 o'clock. This is specific when we are talking about scheduled or timetables, all right? The other The other use of future is when we can use the present continuous or present progressive for plans or arrangements. Arrangements like compromissos, agendamentos, all right? And the basic formula is to be plus a verb in ing. For example, we are moving to Iceland next year. You know it's a future planned activity because you have planned it already. So we are moving to Iceland next year. All right. So examples. I'm playing football tomorrow. They are coming to see us tomorrow. We are having a party at Christmas. So in all three sentences, you know that we have plans or we have arrangements, okay? The next one is we can use future of going to. The basic formula is be plus going to plus a verb in infinitive. Example, we use to talk about plans or intentions. Example, I'm going to drive to work today. They are going to move to Manchester. So in this case, we have verb to be, going to, plus a verb infinitive. So the first use to talk about plans or intentions. The second use to make predictions based on evidence we can see. Example, be careful, you are going to fall. It means that I can see that you might fall. Look at those black clouds. I think it's going to rain. It means that I can see that it will rain. Okay? To talk about planned event, it is similar to present continuous for arrangements. Sometimes it doesn't matter if you use going to or present continuous. Okay? It doesn't matter if you're going to if you say I'm going to Paris next week or I'm traveling to Paris next week. Okay? The meaning is the same. The next verb tense is the future continuous tense. In this case, we use will be plus a verb in ing. Uh, Example, Ian will be singing later. So it's what he will be doing in the future, okay? So we are talking about a continuous on or ongoing activity in the future. Uh, the use. The use of future continuous is to talk about an action that will be in progress at a specific point in the future. Let's see some examples. So, I will be playing for an hour. He will be fighting his way to the boxing championship. And soon I will be doing what I love again. Okay, that's a famous saying by Vinnie Vincent. Okay, soon I will be doing. Okay, in this case we have the formula will be plus a verb in ing. Okay, you could translate into Portuguese like eu estarei fazendo aqui, o que eu amo novamente. Ok? The next future tense is future perfect tense. The basic formula is will, have, plus a verb in past participle. Let's see one example. I will have eaten before 9 o'clock. So in the future, before 9 o'clock, an action will have finished. So in this case, I will have eaten before 9 o'clock. At this time, the future activity will be completed, okay? So we use future perfect tense to talk about a completed action or event in the future, okay? Example, by September, Jenny will have taken over that role. So by the end of September, this action will have finished, okay? Will you have graduated by this year, next year, by this time next year? I hope that when I leave this planet, I will have touched a few people in a positive way, okay? So I will have touched. In this case, we have the formula, will have, plus a verb in past participle. Verb in past participle is the third column of your list of verbs, okay? So, the next verb tense is future perfect continuous or future perfect progressive, okay? We are talking about an action that started a time in the past or present and still continues in the future. So it's a future activity still ongoing at this time in the future. Example, Sarah will have been talking for an hour by 8 o'clock. So it has started a time before 8, okay? By the end of the race, I will have been running for 6 weeks. So it started in the past before a certain time here, and it means that the action was in progress. Example, let's see the use now in the formula. Will have been plus a verb ing, okay? That's the basic formula. We use to say how long an action or event will have been in progress at a specific point in the future, okay? So, I will have been playing for 2 hours by breakfast, ou seja, eu já terei jogado, né, por 2 horas, né? Then they will have been driving for 10 hours by the time they arrive in Scotland. So this action started 10 hours before, right? So they will have been driving. Eles já terão dirigido, né, por 10 horas. Another example, if it rains again tomorrow, then it will have been raining for 3 days. When you are promoted next year, how long will you have been working the factory floor? Okay? And that's the end of our explanation. This is a summary of future tense. And let's go for practical exercises.